What does the dielectric grease do?
Bend over and I'll show you.
Fits like a glove.
So we're going to install today a separate solar system designed to only charge the chassis batteries, of which we have two. I think they're AGM batteries. So what we did here is we got a kit, a Renogy starter kit from Amazon for 150 bucks or so. Comes with a 100 watt solar panel. Comes with two battery leads, both black, go figure. But we're gonna mark one in red, obviously. At a minimum, beginning and end.
And that's just so you can tell the difference between the positive and the negative, right?
Yep. Comes with a Renogy PWM charge controller, so it's a cheap one, but that's all that's needed, really. Because the sole purpose of this system is to keep the chassis batteries charged while the bus is sitting here, so we don't constantly have to crank it and drive it, which we're not going to be able to because all the seats are out. So that's
including the driver's seat.
Yeah. I mean, mainly for purposes of this, the driver's seat. So then we got two other leads here, which are the leads for the solar panel to the charge controller. So we're going to install that up on the very front of the bus so that we're going to have plenty of room for all the solar panels that go with the main system, which we're not going to install yet. A couple of additional things that I bought that don't come with the kit, but that certainly are recommended, and that's a solar disconnect switch. It's essentially a 30 amp breaker. You do not want to connect the solar panel to the charge controller while you're working with the charge controller and setting up the whole system. 20.5 volts. You do not want to do that. So bought this essentially disconnect switch and a box to mount it in with DIM rails, and then a cable entry gland for the roof to route the cables in a watertight seal into the bus. So we're going to install all that today. First things first, we're going to disconnect the battery. And they fit. Excellent. An in the ass task.
This part?
Yep.
On a pain in the ass scale of 0 to me, where is it? They're playing ballad at the 9mm out there today. so we could pull cords in. I said these things were indestructible. And they are. What's under there?
Another beam. Now, actually, if you can go in.
Yep. Absolutely. Shall I?
Hang on. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. You hold the ladder?
I'm right here. I'm holding it as well as I can.
Okay, good. .6. Got 20.7 volts coming out of that panel.
You want to cover it up for the night?
Absolutely.
All right.
I've been hit by a tidal wave.
Now, what's this doohickey you got right there?
It's a breaker.
Oh, okay.
It's a, I think it's a 30 amp or 32 amp breaker.
Okay.
And we're going to use it as a solar disconnect switch. So technically all solar systems by code have to have a disconnect switch.
Okay.
Because even I measured earlier, we have that cardboard on the solar panel.
Yeah.
It's still producing somehow 14 volts.
Really? Even covered up by cardboard?
Yep. So, yeah, solar panels produce electricity all the time. So you have to be able to disconnect them to work with the equipment safely.
Okay. So this actually came separately from that kit?
Yes, that was not part of the kit.
Okay.
So I put ferrules on the end. It's technically not required, but it's easier to work with.
Oh, that one.
I'm gonna do this.
Put the red into the positive slot.
Yep. And the negative. Prognosis negative.
Into the negative slot. And those are the big cords that came out of the solar panel.
Yep.
Into here.
Yep. So yeah, the kit doesn't come with that. So technically that's not, some people don't install it with this, but we also need to connect at the bottom the corresponding
Positive in, positive out, negative in, negative out.
That's right.
You know, it's really good that you added those that red tape onto the the positive lines? Because otherwise this would have been a pain in the ass trying to figure out which
Oh, yeah.
cord was which, you know? You
Absolutely.
could see messing that up a bunch. Seriously though, what does it do?
It provides for conductivity.
Okay.
One more thing that he was going to do is add a temperature sensor into the battery compartment, but we couldn't get it to go through that hole that he had made for the cords, so we'll just add it in later when we do the permanent installation. Where will the temperature sensor go once we get it?
It just
In there.
you kind of put it in between, like somewhere here.
Okay,
You know,
all right.
just stick it in there.
Okay. So if the battery gets too hot, that little temperature sensor tells the regulator to quit sending charge through?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, in so many words,
All right.
that's the way to do it.
All right.
Okay. Excellent.
Solar panel has been liberated. The die core leveled nicely.
Good.
We did a good job.
You did a good job. I just filmed the whole thing and handed you tools occasionally. You did a great job.
I've been hit by a tidal wave. The sun is gone.